So Netflix has released the fourth generation of the Evans family with the reboot to the series Good Times. Now, if you grew up on Good Times like myself, if you didn't come from the best of the best like myself, then you understand how important and valuable shows like The Good Times, Family Matters, Bill Cosby, etc. mean to our culture and our community. The good times we grew up on reflected on a loving family, getting by, living in Chicago project housings. All right. We got a stern, hardworking father who was James, a strong yet loving and nurturing mother, Miss Florida Evans, a very artistic and witty son, JJ Jr. All right. And the girl next door daughter, which was Thelma, and a very militant and political son, Michael. The show taught us the importance of family and how you could live in a bad environment and not let it taint your spirit. And here we are, four generations later. So that means Thelma done had kids, JJ done had kids, Micah done had kids, they kids done had kids, and their kids done had kids. We here. 4 generations later with Netflix. And the Evans bloodline is still residing in the projects. So we're just going to remove all the values and morals James and Florida instilled in their kids, who instilled in their kids, and start right back at square one, right back at the bottom. So 4 generations later, and you're telling us there's no growth? Unlike the original version, Netflix gives us a gang affiliated son who's failed the 10th grade not once, not twice, but 3 times. Mother's ready to throw in the towel. She don't see him going any further than drive through. A drunk, nonchalant teacher who don't really care, suggests he be an OnlyFans star. A baby who's a street pharmacist and has a lot of smoke out in the streets. A militant sister with attitude, little sister soldier. Unstable parents. The mom likes to look good, may live outside her means. Again, why do we need this? If it was going to be a remake of a classic, then why don't we get to see the Evans family overcome the struggle? Why don't we see them elevating or being elevated, finally making it out of the PJs, finally buying a house? Why 4 generations later there's no stable career amongst the father? Why, with mom and dad in the home, are the kids still choosing to run to the streets? And like I said, I only watched 2 episodes. I'm only 2 episodes in. And I see that, the makers of the show did respond to the backlash. A couple people who are starring in this series did respond to the backlash. And they keep saying, wait it out, see it through. So I am trying to do that. But so far what I'm getting is trash. It's screaming trash. and where you're going with this narrative. So I have to question, like, where you're going with this narrative. What's funny about a poverty mindset? Why push a poverty mindset? Why wasn't there any growth in regards to how you could have flipped the narrative from the original? In you guys' mindset, what made you think this was okay? Like, I seriously want to know. It's pushing that poverty mindset to me, and it's not cool. We're over it, all right? Like, all jokes aside, why is poverty being glorified? Again, where is the growth? I'm only 2 episodes in, and I haven't seen, heard not one jewel yet. Not one aha moment, not nothing to make me think. Just pure foolishness. A few chuckles, yes, I'm guilty. Here and there, but that's it. Like, why not just rename the sitcom? If you're not going to hold up to the original standards, and present us with this nonsense, this mockery of a classic show. Like, seriously, why? This was so unwanted, so unneeded. We're not going to push that poverty narrative. What we were expecting was triumph, victory, success at this point. 4 generations later, this is what we were expecting from the Evans bloodline. With the values, the morals instilled in James and Florida Evan kids, the love, the nurturing instilled in James and Florida Evan kids, we were expecting progression, growth, and advancement. So we didn't need 4 generations later and we back to the projects. We needed them purchasing their first house, somebody coming out of college, someone going to college, someone starting that new business. Business is thriving. We were expecting them to build or be on the verge of building a legacy for their bloodline. That's it. That's my opinion. So yeah, you guys can check that series out for yourself over on Netflix. I will be posting, a couple clips from the original to the reboot, just to give you a glimpse on why I feel the way I do. Yeah, just to give you a glimpse of why I'm conflicted about the sitcom thus far, or why I feel the way I do. But yeah, you decide for yourself. You be your own judge. And again, check out those episodes for yourself. You forgot to go to the original and then start with the reboot. But you'll see my dilemma here.
Break up your friendship over some creep like him? What do you mean creep? Ramona.
What?
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
What?
Ray, he came in pretty strong with me. Yes, he did. He grabbed me.
Now she's lying.
When you see something that actually is not progressive, it kind of brings you back into the projects. So you have positive images generations before that. And then all of a sudden you see this. I'm not knocking it because I don't know what the whole show is going to be. Maybe they'll bring it more back, back to a more positive situation. But when you have the name Good Times, our audience for 50 years have been really in our corner. They were disappointed that they didn't have it more progressive as the way I was told.